This is the first time for me here. That's why I'm so happy to be in Myanmar in the bioethic, sustainability and global public health. A little bit exciting. And today I will talk about happiness mindset because one day I listened on Facebook about the happiness mindset, and then it inspired me to make a presentation about this one. I am Ananya Tritipthumrongchok, so I'm the visiting professor of fortune telling and leadership development, and be the president of Alumni Society in AUSN. Happiness as a choice that you can choose to be happy or suffer in each circumstance. It is your ownership to control yourself. Happiness depends on you to give a certain meaning to something, and I simply decide to be happy again. And happiness as a skill. A skill is something that you can do better with practice. The same as you play basketball and try to shoot the ball to the basketball backboard. If we compare the first shot with after the 100 times with what is better, happiness is also a skill that develops with practice. Practice makes perfect. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Let's say bodies and minds. Healthy body plus with healthy mind equal happy life. For example, bodies being healthy, being free and wealthy, and minds, for example, healthy, calm and positive. Two key types of factors. Some things that you can control by yourself. Also something that you cannot control. For example, you may not be able to control other people or the environment. This is a equation that E plus R equal O. And event plus your response equal the outcome. You cannot change the event, but you can change your response, which can change the outcomes. 5 things to make happiness. The first one is focus. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or objects. This is a quote from the Albert Einstein. And have you seen the pursuit of the happiness? In the film, one scene that I like it. They said, don't ever let someone tell you that you can't do something. Not even me. You got a dream, you gonna protect it. When people can't do something themselves, they are gonna tell you that you cannot do it. You want something, go get it, period. And the second one, no comparison with other people. You can make a benchmark and learn to make yourself better without blaming yourself. Learning by your wisdom will make happiness. When their comparison are done correctly, it's called apple whistle apple. And number 3, learn to move on. Who are you today? It is a result of your previous life, and what does your future look like? It will rely on your present. Just learn to move on. If you want different results, do not do the same things. This is the equation, action equal result. And gratitude. Gratitude is a thankful appreciation for what our individual receive. Whether tangible or intangible, with gratitude, people acknowledge the goodness in their life. Research in the field of positive psychology shows an active link between expressing gratitude and happiness levels. People who practice gratitude on a regular basis experience more positive emotions, overcome adversity, move quickly, build stronger relationships, and experience health benefits. And the last one, overcome fear. Jeff Bezos, CEO Amazon.com, used a system called the delegate minimization framework to make big decisions. In a 2001 interview, this reality complicated his decision to leave his successful career in banking to pursue his wild dream of building an online everything store. Delegate minimization framework. I want to project myself forward to age 80 and say, okay, now I'm looking back on my life. I want to have minimized the number of regrets I have, explained Bezos. I knew that when I was 80, I was not going to regret having tried this. I was not going to regret trying to participate in this thing called the internet. That I too was going to be a really big deal. I knew that if I failed, I wouldn't regret that. But I knew the one thing I might regret is not even having tried it. I knew that would haunt me every day, and so when I thought about it, that when it was an incredible easy decision. How do you approach the toughness decisions in your life? And the story of wolf. Let's imagine if you have two wolves in your life. The white one is on your right hand and the black one is on your left hand. They try to tell you about what you should do and what you should not do. For example, if you be a shy person and afraid to speak in public, one day you need to do it. So the white wolf says, let's do it, and you will be proud of yourself. And the black one says, do not do it. You will make a mistake, your friend will tease you. Which wolf will win?
White.
One.
White.
White?
Which
wolf will win? You can share your idea. What do you think? If you have two wolves in your life.
Remember you said the white wolf? Why?
Yeah, because I think the concept of Amazon CEO, you will regret that you haven't done that.
I chose white actually because yesterday I was thinking that should I go to that conference or not, because it's for young people, not like you're like some kind of, I'm already like, I feel like already adult and old, so should I go or should I not? But I chose white.
The answer is the one that you feed the food. Right? Look around happiness. People just look around outside of themselves. And while fortune telling is popular in some part of the world, especially in Asia. I am a fortune teller, and some people come to ask a fortune teller, how can you be happy? How can I reduce suffering? In my 2017 research, I found that 47% of 240 participants in Asia want to get guidance of life because no one knows the future and they don't know how to deal with fear and dilemma. It was the same percentage for male and female who said they need to get support. Urban respondents said that they go to see a fortune teller more than rural area as the lifestyle and the size of society make life more complicated. Competition, limited time, traffic, and so on. Happiness allows the world from atlas of happiness. And the search for happiness in National Geography, some paragraph that I'm showing you. World Happiness Report 2018 was reviewed in National Geography. Who is the world's happiest person? It may be Angelio Sunuka, a healthy middle-aged father who socializes at least 6 hours a day and has a few good friends he can count on. He sleeps at least 7 hours most nights, walk to work, and eat 6 servings of fruit and vegetables most days. He works no more than 40 hours a week at a job he loves with co-workers he enjoys. He spends a few hours every week volunteering on the weekend. He worships God and indicates his passion for soccer. In short, he makes daily choices that favor happiness. Choice made easier because he lives in among like-minded people in the world and temperate Central Valley of Costa Rica. A walk through the human mind. Do you know Sigmund Freud, right? Sigmund Freud.
No. No.
Sigmund Freud, the famous Austrian psychologist, was probably the first to popularize it into mainstream society as we know it today. Even if his theories have subsequently been widely disputed in the psychology cycle because they are really hard to scientifically prove. Freud nevertheless create a useful model of the mind. Your conscious mind is what most people associate with who you are because that is where most people live day to day. But it's by no means where our action takes place. Your conscious mind is a bit like the captain on the ship, standing on the beach, giving out orders. In reality, it's the crew in the engine room below this. The subconscious and the deeper unconscious that carry out the order. The captain may be in charge of the ship and give the order, but it's the crew that actually guides the ship, or according to what training they have been given over the years. The conscious mind communicates to the outside world and the inner self through speech, pictures, writing, physical movement, and thought.
Remote. Sorry, Ananya, remote.
Remote.
Initial Amala.
The subconscious mind, on the other hand, is in charge of our recent memories and is in continued contact with the resource of the unconscious mind. The conscious mind is the storehouse of all memories and past experience, both those that have been repaired through trauma, and those that have simple been consciously forgotten and not longer important to us. It's from these memories and experience that our beliefs, habits, and behavior are formed. The unconscious constantly communicate with the conscious mind via our subconscious, and is what provide us with the meaning to our interactions with the world. As filter thought, your belief and habit is communicated through feeling, emotions, imagination, sensation, and dreams. Conscious versus subconscious. As a research psychologist mentioned, 10% of people's action came from the conscious, and the less action in automatic. All human came from subconscious. We need to train the subconscious to be happy. This is a time for change. Let's try that.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anyone have questions?
Or you have any idea to share? We can share the idea or your opinion about the happiness.
You know better about happiness, how to measure the happiness in East. Measure the happiness by your healthiness and by your wealthiness, and then by your time to spend in your life. If you have to get a more better happiness, you need to be like healthy. You need to be wealthy, and you should have time to spend with your family, things like that. Right.
Teacher.
Yes.
Yes.
About, yeah.
No,
Yeah, you can share because I think happiness is around the world and it's like love is all around, you know. Happiness is all around also. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah.
Please.
Are you happy?
Are you happy?
Not happy
Do
or
you
happy?
think?
Would you like to share?
Yeah.
How can you be happy?
Are you happy?
Look happy. Not happy to answer questions.
What the thing that make you happy? You can share in your life.
Well, I know Daryl is very happy because he's doing exactly what he wants to do, so.
Yes, to make a university is fun.
Daryl has set up his own world. He runs it, and he's very happy. If he's not happy, he changes it. He's the luckiest, happiest person I ever met in my whole life.
Oh my God.
Because can you see when Len mentioned, right? Maybe Daryl realized about this equation, something that he cannot change. Maybe he just try to change responsibility or his action, his defect or something like that, right? To make the people allow himself happy or to make him happy.
Yeah, I think.
Daryl is happy if he can't do something, that means he has a challenge that he has to overcome. So he goes around it, under it, through it, moves it out of the way, and then moves on his way. He does that all the time. He loves challenges, and he loves people telling him, you can't do that. Daryl says, oh really? Watch this. And then he goes out. He does it every time. And usually it's just stupid rules somebody made up for no reason, or institutional bureaucracy to protect themselves. But Daryl has a mission. He has a mission to set up a university that covers the globe, and little bureaucratic petty rules are not going to affect his mission. So he's very happy doing what he wants to do.
For me, happiness did not depend on myself alone. I'm happy when I see happy people, and I want to be happy, and I will invite unhappy people. It depends on, I'm influenced by environment.
So can you be happy when you see many unhappy people?
Cannot.
Cannot, yeah? Because of empathy with other people. But we can try to respond to make them happy.
Should not have your goal at people.
Other comments? Questions?
For me, happiness is quite a huge question. It's like where my happiness lying on, and how to explore my happiness, because I'm mostly an unhappy one. But after I test a lot of things to myself and the people around me, I found some facts like I have to do something that I should do first. I have to do first, and then I mean I have to prioritize the things. That what is the first, the most important thing in my life, and I make the very important thing first, but I not fully getting my happiness yet. So I test again what's wrong with me, and then I found some positivity I'm lacking with. So I found I construct myself like I have to do some positive things that I maybe positive to me or my family or my people's neighbors or something like that. I found some happiness again, but I'm still not satisfied yet. And then now I found something that like one of your 5 concepts of happiness is like making my unconscious mind to conscious. And I found that people need to aware of themselves, what is going on with their mind and body, and so that you can know clearly about your health, your wealth, your time to spend, or your health. You can equally share about your according to your priorities in your lifetime, the whole lifetime. You can equally share, or you put the first thing first, and yeah. So have to make things clearly first by analyzing yourself, truly your mind, checking your mind first. I mean, and you have to be aware of your mind, and you have to be conscious, and then you will know something happiness and the window of your light or window of your mind or something you will see, and then you can start your things. Thank you.
Thank you. Comments?
The biggest mistake I made in my life is trying to make unhappy people happy. That includes 2 wives. If you are an unhappy person, only you can make yourself happy. And if you hang around them long enough, they will make you unhappy. So one of the reasons why I love hanging around Daryl is Daryl doesn't allow unhappy people in the university. You may not know a single thing. You may be uneducated or undereducated. You may lack knowledge. But as long as you're a good person and you're happy, congratulations, you're in the university. And if you're not a good person, if you are not happy, that means you're going to make other people unhappy. Guess what? Go to another university. You can't stay with us. So that's what makes the university successful. People are happy. They want other people to be happy, and they're happy to be a faculty member, a student, a supporter, whatever. They're happy to donate their time, their effort, their money to make sure the university is successful. Everybody, if you're working with Daryl, you don't ask for anything. You ask, Daryl, what can I do to help you? How can I make the university a success? And that's the kind of people I love being around, is that their success is, they want to make it your success. They want to make everybody else as happy and as successful as you're trying to be. But other people are doing the same thing for you. They're trying to help you out too. So I love that cooperative attitude. Unhappy people only stay a few seconds in this university. They don't last. No matter who you are, no matter how qualified you are, no matter who recommends you, you don't hang around. So it's one big happy group of people, and I like that very much.
Is everyone happy?
Yes.
Still questions?
And for my opinion, I think, okay, if you be happy person, it's good for you and people who be around you. On the other hand, if you is not totally happy now, you should change your environment to stay with the happy person. Right? As Len mentioned, okay, if you join the university have many students that have the positive thinking and have many subjects that can help you to go to the good side, to be a happy person in the future. Yeah, because we have many subjects, right? Also, we have the many chance, how to say, many options for you, like tailor-made for each person that you can discuss with them. Because as you all know, the mission of the university, right? They say try to decolonize, right? From the government, from the system that you get used to about the education, right? Now we need to change something, right? Same this one, right? We cannot change something, but something we can change. We cannot change the past, but we can change the future, because the future is rely on present.
Decolonialized, to me, is a mindset. It's a bureaucratic way of doing things. This is the way we've always done it. This is the way we always will do it, because it's the right way to do things. That might have been true 200 or 300 years ago. But Daryl's attitude is, let's try something new. Let's try something different. If it doesn't work, we'll throw it out. The heck with it. Try something else. But the point is, he's willing to try. He's willing to try something that is not bound by bureaucratic, usually stupid rules or stupid policies. That's what I love about this university. There are very, very few rules, especially in class. And as long as you don't violate those rules, everything is fine. No personal attacks, no deep discussions about your personal religion as opposed to somebody else's religion, or running somebody else's religion or ethnic group down. Pretty much anything else is okay. So Daryl, in many cases, has destroyed the model of the university. He's completely smashed it up, and he's created something new, something very different, and something that works. So he's decolonialized, or he has done away with the structure of the university that's been set, at least since the 12th century, and he's trying something brand new, and I think it's working. And I'm dedicated to make sure that it works.
それができるようにお願いします。
Thank you. Any?
Want to say something?
Okay, well, thank you very much, Ananya. We're all happy, I think.
Yeah.
Ro, would you like to say anything? Yeah, go ahead, Ro.
Yes, yes, I am listening. That was very good things, and my student is also listening for our discussion. He is quite difficult to understand English, but I have been translating for him, and he is just doing extensional exam because he couldn't come over to that examination, so he came over here in my study to share that he has been learning about how he has been doing. It is similar things, actually same things. That's why we are same group, same character people are getting together to discuss about the future, what education is supposed to be. So I'd like to listen to that Tatsuo Abe, Ryusei Abe about it.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Go ahead, Abe-san.
My name is Ryusei Abe. Not speak English, but
I translate his Japanese.
Thank you.
I've been doing my best.
Okay, go on.
so you may
My dream is
話します。
I'd like to share with you.
私は今大学で